Subway had 45,000 locations worldwide, more than McDonald's, more than Starbucks, the largest restaurant chain on earth. Then they stopped innovating for 20 years. While competitors evolved, Subway served the same sad sandwich. By 2024, they'd closed 7,000 US stores, sold to a private equity firm for $9.6 billion, way below the $10+ billion they expected.
If you love watching high-stakes bet go sideways, hit that like button and subscribe Founders Code YouTube channel.
This is how the world's biggest restaurant chain became irrelevant by refusing to change. This is the slow-motion collapse of Subway. To understand Subway's fall, you have to understand how they dominated in the first place. And it wasn't through great food. Fred DeLuca is 17 years old, trying to pay for college. Family friend Peter Buck loans him $1,000 to open a sandwich shop in Bridgeport, Connecticut. They call it Pete's Super Submarines. The concept is simple, made-to-order sandwiches with fresh ingredients, served fast. By 1974, they owned 16 locations and rebrand as Subway. The real genius? The franchise model. Unlike McDonald's, which required hundreds of thousands in startup capital, Subway franchises were cheap. You could open a Subway for $100,000 to $200,000. No expensive kitchen equipment, no complex operations, just bread, deli meat, and vegetables. Anyone could run one. The model exploded. Subway franchises spread like wildfire. Gas stations, strip malls, airports, hospitals, college campuses. Anywhere with foot traffic could have a Subway. By 2010, Subway had overtaken McDonald's as the largest restaurant chain by location count. The $5 Footlong campaign, 2008, made Subway a cultural phenomenon. During the recession, Subway offered any footlong sandwich for $5. It was everywhere: TV ads, radio, billboards. The jingle was inescapable. People flocked to Subway because it was cheap, fast, and positioned as healthier than burgers. And Subway had Jared Fogle, the guy who claimed he lost 245 pounds eating Subway sandwiches. For years, Jared was Subway's face. The brand was associated with weight loss, health, and value. By 2015, Subway peaked at 45,000 locations globally, 27,000 in the US alone. They were everywhere, more stores than McDonald's, Starbucks, or Burger King. Subway wasn't just big, they were ubiquitous. But beneath the growth, something was rotting. Franchise owners were struggling, customers were losing interest, and Subway corporate refused to change anything. Picture this, 2015, you walk into a Subway, the same menu from 10 years ago, the same ingredients, the same sad-looking vegetables sitting in metal trays, the same cheap bread. Nothing has changed, nothing has improved. Meanwhile, across the street, a Chipotle just opened. The line is out the door. Subway's dominance created its own destruction. The problems started piling up. Problem number 1, franchise cannibalization. Subway's growth strategy was quantity over quality. Open as many stores as possible, everywhere, but this created a nightmare for franchise owners. In some cities, Subways were literally across the street from each other, competing for the same customers. Franchise owners complained corporate kept approving new locations in saturated markets. Each new Subway cannibalized sales from existing stores. Owners saw revenue decline while corporate collected franchise fees regardless. The incentives were misaligned. Corporate made money from new franchises. Owners made money from sales. More stores meant less profit per owner. By 2015, thousands of Subway franchisees were barely breaking even. Some were losing money. Subway corporate didn't care. They'd already collected franchise fees. Problem number 2, the Jared Fogle scandal. August 2015. Jared Fogle, Subway's spokesperson for 15 years, is arrested and charged with child pornography and sex crimes involving minors. He pleads guilty, sentenced to 15+ years in prison. The brand damage is catastrophic. Subway immediately cuts ties, but the association remains. For years, Jared was Subway. Now the brand is linked to one of the most disturbing scandals in advertising history. Parents stop taking their kids to Subway. The healthy choice image is destroyed. Sales plummet. Subway never recovers the momentum. Problem number 3, the competition evolved, Subway didn't. While Subway stayed frozen in 2005, competitors innovated. Chipotle pioneered fast casual dining, higher quality ingredients, customizable bowls, transparent sourcing. Customers paid $10 to $12 but felt good about it. The food was better. The experience was better. Panera Bread offered fresh baked bread, real soups, and a cafe atmosphere. People actually wanted to sit and eat there. Sweetgreen targeted health-conscious millennials with salads made from local, organic ingredients. Premium pricing, but genuine quality. Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's offered fresh sliced deli meat and better bread. They made Subway's pre-sliced processed meat look sad by comparison. Even Chick-fil-A, a chicken chain, was stealing Subway's lunch crowd with superior customer service and consistent quality. Subway's response? Nothing. They kept serving the same mediocre sandwiches with the same processed ingredients. The bread tasted like cardboard. The meat was paper thin. The vegetables looked tired. And the stores? Depressing. Problem number 4. The menu never changed. Subway's menu in 2024 is almost identical to 2004. 20 years of stagnation, no innovation, no new proteins, no menu excitement. While competitors experimented with plant-based options, global flavors, and seasonal specials, Subway offered the same turkey sandwich. The $5 footlong, Subway's biggest marketing success, became a trap. Customers expected cheap prices. When Subway tried raising prices to improve quality, problem number 5, franchisee rebellion. By 2016, franchise owners were furious. They formed the North American Subway Franchisee Association to fight corporate. Their demands: stop opening new stores in saturated markets, invest in marketing, improve food quality, give us support. Subway corporate ignored them. The relationship between franchisees and corporate became hostile. Lawsuits piled up. Owners felt exploited. Paying fees to a corporate office that offered no value and actively hurt their businesses by approving competitor locations nearby. Thousands of franchisees simply gave up. They closed their stores and walked away. The exodus began. From 2016 to 2024, Subway closed over 7,000 U.S. locations. That's not growth slowing, that's collapse. 2015, 27,000 U.S. stores. 2024, 20,000 U.S. stores. 7,000 closures in less than a decade. And it's accelerating. 2015, founder Fred DeLuca dies of leukemia at 67. He'd run Subway for 50 years. His death creates a power vacuum. His widow and sister inherit control but have no restaurant experience. Internal fighting erupts, strategic decisions stall. 2017, Subway tries a turnaround. They hire marketing agencies, launch the Eat Fresh Refresh campaign, redesign stores, add new menu items. But it's half-hearted and too late. The refresh changes almost nothing meaningful. New menu items are just slight variations of existing sandwiches. Store redesigns are cosmetic, new paint, same mediocre food. Customers aren't fooled. 2021, Subway finally addresses the bread problem. After a lawsuit in Ireland rules Subway's bread has too much sugar to legally be called bread, Subway reformulates, but the damage is done. Subway bread isn't real bread becomes a meme. 2023, Subway puts itself up for sale. The founding family wants out. After years of decline, they're ready to cash out. Multiple buyers circle, private equity firms, restaurant conglomerates. The expected sale price, $10+ billion. After all, Subway still has 37,000 global locations. That's real estate and brand value. August 2023, Subway sells to Rourke Capital, a private equity firm that owns Arby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Jimmy John's. Subway is a declining brand with structural problems. You're not buying a growth company, you're buying a slow liquidation. What does Rourke do? The private equity playbook: cut costs. close underperforming stores, squeeze franchisees, extract cash, maybe sell off real estate. The goal isn't to save Subway. It's to extract maximum value before the brand dies completely. 2024, Subway continues closing stores. Franchisees keep leaving. The brand is irrelevant. When was the last time someone said, "Let's go to Subway," and with genuine excitement? Never. Subway is where you go when nothing else is available. So, what killed Subway? Why did 45,000 locations become a liability instead of an asset? The answer is simple. Distribution without quality is worthless. Subway operated on a 1990s model. Be everywhere, offer cheap food, win through convenience. In the 1990s and 2000s, it worked. Fast food was about speed and price. Quality was secondary, but consumer preferences changed. Millennials and Gen Z don't just want cheap food. They want food that tastes good, feels healthy, and aligns with their values. They'll pay $12 for a Chipotle burrito bowl because it's fresh, customizable, and doesn't taste like sadness. Subway's food is cheap, it's convenient, but it's bad, and in 2024, bad food with convenience isn't enough. People would rather drive past 3 Subways to get to a Chipotle. The economics shifted against Subway too. Fast casual chains like Chipotle, Panera, and Sweetgreen charge 50 to 100% more than Subway but have better unit economics. Higher prices equals higher margins. Better food equals better customer retention. Employees are paid more, turnover is lower, service is better. Subway's race to the bottom pricing meant razor-thin margins. Franchisees couldn't invest in better ingredients or staff. The entire model was built on cutting corners. And customers noticed. Compare Subway to competitors. Chick-fil-A. Fewer locations, but each generates $8 million in annual sales. Highest in fast food. They focus on quality, service, and operational excellence. Lines out the door every day. Chipotle. 3,400 locations versus Subway's 37,000, but $9+ billion in annual revenue. Focused growth. Quality over quantity. Subway, 37,000 locations, but average store revenue is declining. More stores doesn't mean more profit, it means more failure. What Subway should have done: close 20,000 stores. Keep only high-performing locations, reduce cannibalization, let remaining franchisees thrive, invest in quality, better bread, fresh ingredients, actual innovation, charge $2 more per sandwich if needed, build a premium sub-brand, support franchisees, stop approving new locations in saturated markets, provide real marketing support, align incentives, innovate the menu, partner with celebrity chefs, launch seasonal items, experiment with global flavors, give customers a reason to come back. But Subway did none of this. They protected short-term franchise fees over long-term brand health. They prioritized quantity over quality for 20 years, and now they're paying the price. The fast food era of cheap and everywhere is over. The fast casual era of better and worth it has won. Subway is a relic of the old model, slowly dying in a market that moved on. What's the founder's code from Subway's slow motion collapse? Lesson 1: distribution without quality dies. Being everywhere means nothing if your product is bad. Subway had 45,000 stores serving mediocre food. Competitors had fewer stores serving great food. Quality won. Lesson 2: innovation is mandatory, not optional. Subway's menu in 2024 looks identical to 2004. 20 years without meaningful change. In a dynamic market, standing still is moving backward. Lesson 3: misaligned incentives destroy businesses. Corporate made money from franchise fees. Franchisees made money from sales. Corporate kept approving new stores that cannibalized existing ones. The system rewarded growth that destroyed profitability. Lesson 4: brands can't coast on past success. Subway's Eat Fresh positioning and Jared Fogle ads worked for a decade. Then they stopped working. But Subway kept running the same playbook. Past success doesn't guarantee future relevance. Subway's story is a warning. Even the world's largest chain can become irrelevant if they stop listening to customers, stop innovating, and stop caring about quality. Being big doesn't make you invincible, it just makes your fall more visible. When was the last time you ate at Subway? What killed it for you? What's your go to sandwich spot now? Drop your thoughts below. Like this video if you've watched a Subway near you close down. Share this with someone who still thinks Subway is a good option. Subscribe to Founders Code for more stories about giants that fell by refusing to evolve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.